So, hi everyone. So, James Arthur Naked is just finishing. I'm just trying to work out, right, because I don't want it to keep going on in my photo. Like, you know, because it's my family on the thing. But I think if I leave this wee charger in, it'll keep it, because it is cool, like, how it does that. But, oh god, and you see, that's a theme that I'm picking up on, is it? Like, because that, even the picture, like, look, maybe not everyone smokes, but it's like, look, that's somebody that just wants to. And then I keep hearing that song "Numb." You know, it's somebody just wants to numb it all out. What's that one again? Feelings, nightmares. Yeah. See, because that might not even be the case. It's like I'm all in my feelings, nightmares that I'm dreaming. Basically, it's somebody that's like losing their mind, thinking their thoughts about you. And although it's going on about like, you know, I've lost you and everything, that's what's a bit fucked up about all this, isn't it? It's like it's often the case that, I mean, you know, different people's situations, but it's often the case that they haven't lost you at all. But it's just, it's a healing that someone needs to work through. Right, so if you're new to us, we're a just twin flame channel, and this is for Monday, January 9th, 2023. It's Leo Moon, which is happy, fiery, fun, playful. It's no these miserable, depressing songs are coming in. So we'll see, because there's always a bit of a, that's what fascinates me. It's yeah, it's weird. Like some days the songs are in sync with how I feel. This is not how I feel today. Sometimes it's in sync with telling me where the divine masculines are at, and sometimes it's in sync with messages that I need to deliver out. Because again, actually earlier when I posted the mediumship Monday, that was for me to put messages out for other people. Because again, I'm feeling all right today. So right, but these are, I feel it's definitely going to be, and then like that wedge card sitting there from the one before, someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. So perhaps that's whoever that applies to, because this isn't going to be everyone's message. And by the way, this, I'm not going to keep saying that actually, because I don't need to say it, you know what I mean? It's like, you're a big boy or girl out there, you can watch whatever you identify as, whatever you want, but it's like these new cards that I've got are very intense, or very my saying, triggered but true. They're triggering but true, like, you know, they're really hard hitting. So I don't feel I want to use loads of them, but some days I will, I'll just keep pulling them, and other times I'll be like, right, let's pick 3 to pick up on the theme. But because that's still sitting there, I feel that's what's contributing to someone feeling like they've fucked it up. So it is either like a third party, like the obvious one being like exes, or even people that divine masculines are still currently with, whether it's a man, woman, whatever you identify as, because that is the thing about twin flame dynamics, that there is either both people or usually someone in the connection. It's not really necessarily that they get with other people, whether it be long term or short term, because like they're totally in love with like 2 people or something. I mean, obviously it can be for some people, but it's, again, a sincere wish will be granted. So something will be granted, even though you think it won't be. That actually came out for yesterday's shorts. It's usually just people who want to be alone, right? And that's where it's like, I can see why not only am I the perfect person to, I'm certainly not the perfect person, but I'm the perfect person to help people with this because of all my personal experience with it, but it's still going through it. But also because of my counselling background and my hypnotherapy and all of that, and my obsession with the subconscious mind, because of my astrology placements, that is. But I mean, again, that's your soul. I can't remember. Oh, fuck, everything's falling over. See, so it's just everything's going wrong in someone's life that I'm picking up on here. So again, this is the nature of how this is go. This is either you or it's your counterpart, it's your twin flame. So whether you're divine feminine, divine masculine, sometimes it can be picking up on how you feel, and you know, sometimes you might be right at the exact same place. So it's just use your discernment. And like I said, many of you that I interact with, I wouldn't say on a daily basis. Well, maybe a daily basis, yeah, through the comments, that, because again, I've changed the way that I interact with people because I was guided to do that for what I'm going to be doing this year. Just sort of pulling it all, just tighter boundaries, basically. But what was I going to say there? Yeah, let me see what the words are to this. I just need a little time before I invest my love. Don't walk away, boy. But I would, well, that could be don't walk away, girl, you know what I mean, or whatever. Got all this love waiting just for you. Yeah, yeah. So again, I feel that's some. Oh, that actually does fit with the card I pulled. Oh my god, on the shorts, right? Okay, so I haven't put them out yet, but on the shorts, I pulled a card out that was like, "Please don't give up on me" or something. Oh my god, now I'm hearing, "I won't give up on even if this." Oh god, I always change it when it comes on that. I'm like, that's. It must have just been overplayed at a time or something. It's anyway, right? So I went straight for the love oracle here, Andromeda Skies love oracle. So both of them are this person's decks, and I fucking love them. So like it feels like Christmas has come for me, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm geeking out over these cards, but it's like, you know, you don't want to overdo it. But all I'm gonna say is like I say, I'm not saying the cards that fell out, but there's cards in both decks that are very triggering. Like it's got things like, you know, I'm sure some, I don't know if I saw one that said that actually, but it's got things like betrayal, it's got things like, oh, I don't know, it's just got things that are triggering, right? And it's got like, or like I lied to you, or all this kind of stuff, right? Because this is all the shit that goes on in this journey, right? It is like some things will be dark, some experiences will be darker for other people, because sometimes someone lying to you can just be like, I was lying myself, and it's like about my feelings for you. And sometimes it's like, no, I really was lying to you, and I've done this. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's both. In fact, it's, you know, it's always going to be both if it was one or the other. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. So, but yeah, anyway, when I was opening them, it was just crazy because, like, I was asking something in my head, and then the postie arrived, and when I put it that, like, when I opened it, I had thank you on the package with a wee heart. And then I opened up the box, it said divine counterpart. So it was like, thank you, divine counterpart. So it was like well, that was actually for me. So it was like my divine counterpart saying thank you. Do you know what I mean? And you're welcome. But it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? I feel it's for me to say that to you as well. It's your twin flame saying to you, thank you. Like, thank you for getting me, like, through all of my confusing behaviour. Because at the end of the day, you will both have very extremely confusing behaviour to each other. And what I've been feeling going on in the collective the past week or so, and definitely the past few days, it's, so again, you know, if you're open to sharing, if you're, or you know, you can let me know in personal sessions, it feels like huge, massive epiphanies, more so than usual, about the different things that have went on. It feels, the only thing I can say, it feels like when you're watching a film, it feels like the butterfly effect or something. It feels like when you're watching a film and you're able to see, yeah, you see that song, I know that song because that's got something in it. It's like, you've got something I need. Basically, it's like, in this world full of people, there's one thing I need. And it's basically you. It's something like that. And I want to live with you. Actually, it's got in it. I want to live with you every day. Something like, basically someone wants to be around you. But yeah, bloody blah. Basically, it's the I thought, I'm not fucking sitting here pulling them all right, because it's not going to be all the cards. But it was like cards actually fell out when I was shuffling them, and it was, yeah, it was nice cards, and it was definitely what I needed to hear. But when I looked at them all, I thought, hey, that's quite amazing, because not all of them are nice cards. Do you know what I'm saying? So maybe there's something in that, like, what if everything is all right? How does that feel? So it might not feel like everything's all right. And I think the fact that I saw a rainbow earlier, and the rainbow's mean hope to me, and, you know, keep the faith and everything. And a song came on my Spotify right as I'd seen the rainbow. It was, I think it must have been the fight song or the climb, something about keeping it. No, the climb's got keep the faith. So yeah, tying it all together, it definitely is for someone out there as well. Quite a few of you usually. Oh, and then, but I felt that was more linked to whatever I'm going to channel on the Mediumship Monday. But see how it can probably always going to make sense for this too. Also, the fact there's 2 giraffes is twin flames to me, 2 animals. Forgiveness is a gift to myself. It's easy and rewarding for me to forgive. Oh, and I just read that. Yeah, it does sort of fit with what I've been channeling. Right, so 9's today. 9 is about the hermit. That's actually what I am in the tarot. It's about going within, it's about seeking enlightenment, self-discovery, endings. 9 is also about the spiritual teaching as well, which is obviously what I do, it's what I am. So yeah, you might be doing a bit of this, a bit of hermiting, a bit of going within, a bit of seeking enlightenment. You might be going through a lot of endings out there. Right, what do we need to know about this sort of energy that I've already said stuff about? Give us 2 cards for the general energies of this whole... Oh, you're the love of my life. It's not a small statement, is it? So that's 2 cards for the general energy. That's very Leo Moon, actually. That's very happy. So someone's telling you, you are the love of their life, or you want to say that to your twin. And if it's neither, it's no use the day. Like I say, when I use these cards, it is going to be specific. That one just fit, and I feel you. So, you know, is that I feel you as in like when you're telepathically talking to them? It's like what instantly came to me is someone being like, yeah, I feel you. Like, I feel the same. Like, so if you're saying you're the love of my life, I love you, if you're sending that sort of energy out there, I looked at 11:11 when I was saying that too. They're saying like, yeah, I feel the same. You know what I mean? What's in the bottom of the deck? Oh, fucking hell. It's getting deep the day, isn't it? Like, see, I just felt called to look at the bottom of the deck. Friends or family disapprove of this connection. Wow. I've not got any room to put in the shot. We don't fucking want that in the shot, do we? But yeah, unfortunately, that is a thing that happens. Not for everyone. Like, I have to say, like, it's not for everyone. And often it's like the case where, from what I've saw, it's like, and felt, look, you're the best. It's like, oh, that, now I know why they're saying that. It's like, if friends and family have disapproved of the connection for some reason, it's just because of the confusion between the two of you. And then also, if your person has tried to cover whatever's going on and lie about you, which does happen, not for everyone, but it does happen, that can distort the image of the twin. Sometimes it's darker stuff, to be honest. Sometimes it can be darker stuff. Like, it can be that, like, people are jealous of that love. And yes, even family members, distant family members, best friends, you just got to look out for everyone. But like I say, that absolutely isn't the case. It fucking certainly isn't the case with mine, because I think mine would have been fucking delighted if it had happened a long time ago for me. They're like, fuck, is she ever going to give this up about this guy? And it's like, nope, might not be talking about it, but I'm not giving it up. Let's see what that affirmation is, because I don't want to knock on the photo. I allow myself to be who I was born to be. So there, I'm glad I actually took time to look at that. You see, that's somebody, it doesn't matter if friends or family. Oh yeah, because it's not just family, but see, I was homing in on family, and that goes with a wedge card, where someone's trying to drive a wedge between you. Friends or family disapprove of this connection. So it can be, it's definitely, it can be jealousy, but it can be jealousy of any kind. And you think, well, how could my family be jealous? Well, if they've not got that kind of love. But yeah, that's about, you don't give a shit what anybody says, and you're being yourself. Right. Which is why, like, look, thank God, even if my family did have opinions before he's here, or, you know, it's, I wouldn't give a shit anyway, because, like, I'm that strong-minded, but, like, I know that they would love him. So. Right. You're always on my mind. You're always on my mind. I feel like I can't give you what you need. Yeah, so again, I'm going to take them, right? I'm going to put this down because it gets a bit addictive. But it's like... Oh yeah, what I was saying is, so even wherever that comes from, right, it's always people's shadows in that, and unless it is the darker cases of spell work and all that, that's a whole different ballgame. But we're going to go with the goodness of most people. And it's the disapproving energy can come from a good place. It can be like, you know, there seems to be a lot of rubbing each other up the wrong way, or there seems to be a lot of, and I don't mean in a karmic situation, because that happens in karmic situations, and actually that's what's kind of fucked up about it. I feel when families, especially family and friends, see what your person is like with a karmic partner and how toxic that can be, because it does go that way. And sometimes it's hidden. So if you're thinking, oh, well, oh, I don't know, see, I can't give examples, but what I'm saying is, from everyone I've worked with over the years, I can think of definitely people that are married, but you don't have to be married, but I can think of people that are married and everything looks great on the surface, or, you know, just like everything's all right. And it just absolutely is not behind closed doors. And these are usually the kind of people I'm helping. So obviously you will know that if that's you. So just again, know that you're not alone if you are a twin flame that's either in that situation right now or you have been, and you're dealing with the pain of it. But look, feeling good. There's Michael Bublé again. See, and the Michael Bublé songs weren't coming on like that, like the whole time. You mean, and they're just flooding now. But that's quite important. It's like feeling good. And this is Leo. This is Leo Moon energy. And it's kind of, I did say Leo energy though, so perhaps you or your twin flame are a Leo or it's got strong Leo placement, but it is Leo Moon right now. It's about happiness, fun, fiery, playful passion, and that's what they're telling me. Friends and family, although they might have had some kind of question mark about you and your twin flame in the past, or even still now, when you're actually together, whoever this is for, they'll be able to see, oh my God, he's feeling good. Like, and it's because of he's with the person he's meant to be with. And or she's feeling good, and it's because she's with the person. This person's having, you know what I mean? Things change because twin flames emit this healing energy that even if people had felt that way before, it changes. And again, all due respect, if it doesn't change, who gives a fuck anyway? Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't live your life to make your friends and family happy. Like, and if you do, you need to fucking really get a therapist. You know what I mean? Anyway, and I say that with love. I say that with love because I was that person at one point where if somebody really close to me, well, I don't know though. See, it's hard to talk like that because I'm like, not really. I've always been very strong minded, but I feel it was very subtle under the surface. Definitely, actually, when it comes to guys. Oh no, what am I talking about? 100 because now they're, I don't want to go into all the personal stories, but now they are actually showing me quite a few occurrences where if me and my twin flame were getting a bit, like I say, we never argued, but it was just when the emotions were surfacing for both of us, but just we're dealing with it a different way. It was like I would go quite on the defensive, like, well, it's actually just the one I've said quite a lot, where like he called me his best friend once, and it was really like I've never fucking forgot it because it was really genuine and he meant it. And then I was like, right, well, if that's the case, like I didn't. I'm acting like I fucking replied maturely. I wasn't mature at all. I was very immature. And I was like, what the fuck you call me your best friend? You're not my best friend. That's my best friend. She's my best friend. I pointed to all my friends and I was like going all sassy because I was shitting myself. I was scared because I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. He never normally returns this. And then, but you see, that's when I didn't know that we were twins, clearly, because you know what I mean? Because like that was both of our fear. Because he opened up, so he was actually in that moment, I would say he was in the feminine energy and I was in the masculine because he was honest. And then I hit back with lying basically because I felt exactly the same. I felt like he was my best friend too. But it was because we didn't act like best friends and the way, you know what I mean, we weren't fucking texting and calling each other and being there for each other. We're hooking up after a night out, you know what I mean? And then we would bond in the morning and tell each other our favourite songs and films and or whatever, like, you know what I mean, like open up a little bit. Um did I have to go into all that shit? I do get why actually, but yeah. So what I'm saying is that's where it's the growth, I suppose. I done that in that moment out of fear, and then I can't remember what happened next, but it was like I was like, look, right, okay, if you want to talk about this, then we'll talk about it tonight, like but I mean it, like rather than just going straight to doing what we usually do. And he was like, no, totally, and I was like, no, I mean it, like I'm not, I don't want to just sleep here, I want to talk, and he was like, yeah, like we will. And then he fucked off to the club. I mean, he stayed for a bit in the bar because we weren't out together. Do you know what I mean? We just serendipitously bumped into each other. And it was just that, yeah, I've said this before, but I'll never forget my best friend at the time. We were at the bar and she was like, God, I can't believe he, said that and that. And I was just kind of like, yeah, no, I'm like, but he's gonna fuck off somewhere. And I said, in fact, I think he's fucked off already. And she was like, no, he's over there. And I was like, and yeah, he had fucked off. And anyway, long story short, it's, oh, look. And that song's about losing somebody. I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. Just pray to God that I don't believe, 'cause I got time, well, she got freedom. because when a heart breaks, don't break it. Wait a minute, her best days will be some of my worst. She finally met a man that's going to put her first. When I'm wide awake, she's no trouble sleeping. Yeah, basically that's about fucking it up, isn't it? But anyway, he certainly wasn't fucking doing that night. Anyway, he he ran because it was getting scary. Because it was like we were going to start talking about our feelings for each other. Or I was going to bombard him with it, but I don't fucking knows. And that's, you know, and so he just went to the club. But then the thing is, it's like the indications that he wants to, but he was still afraid to, is because then when it hit 3 o'clock, I just know him, like, I just know him inside out, because he's the other half of my soul. Even before I fucking knew he was the other half of my soul, I knew he was the other half of my soul, you know what I'm saying? I just knew him, read him like a book, and that terrifies him. But he can read me like a book too. But basically, yeah, I said to we were me and my two pals were staying at my friend's house, and I said he's going to call in a minute, because it was like a minute to 3 or something, and right enough he called right like a minute after 3. And yeah, I've said this before, but it was just a bit of a dramatic. It wasn't an argument. It was one of the very rare times. Very rarely have I ever seen my divine masculine absolutely reeking because he likes to stay in control, because that's what divine masculines like. That's what twin flames like. There's lots of divine feminines have got that side too, but yeah. But that particular night, for whatever reason, oh yeah, see, actually, I never thought about it like that. That's probably why he was so drunk. Shit. I've just had the breakthrough right in front of you. And if he watches these, I've helped him have the breakthrough. But that's why he was so drunk, because that had happened earlier in the night. And then he would have been feeling guilty about that too. But also just wanting to numb it out. So then he's gotten more drunk than what he usually would. And then you see you fall into your subconscious, and all your fears lessen. You know, that's why it's like we joke about calling somebody when you're drunk, or you know, but it's not like you just get drunk and you have the courage to call someone. You can still, many people would still be afraid, but you know, there's that. It's everything. I would say it's the mixture of the astrology. It's a mixture of how you're feeling and within yourself, and sometimes it's a good idea. Sometimes it's not a good idea. You've got to tune in, but. Basically, what I'm saying, like actually right now, right, because it's Leo Moon today as I'm filming this, so it's on the 9th, right? Or like if it had been yesterday on the Sunday, that is a great time. If you're feeling good when yourself and you're feeling confident, you're feeling happy, and it's got a good intention behind it, that would be a great time to just text somebody, you know what I mean? Like flirty text, or I don't know, whatever, you know what I mean? Whereas like probably one of the moons that's a wee bit more depressing, or that, I'm not going to name the moons, but you know, just don't want to offend anyone, but there are ones that are even more sad than that, and a bit kind of, or about pain. It's not that it wouldn't be a good time, because it depends where it's hitting in your chart. It could be painful, but it could be like Romeo and Juliet, I gotta have you kind of love, you know what I mean? And not everyone's into that, but some people are. But it's kind of like yeah, anyway, I've totally deflected from what I was saying. But anyway, the point is that'll be why he got that drunk that night. And that is, like you say, it's one of the things that his friend came on the phone that I didn't know who he was, and he was just like, look, he is going to be gutted when he wakes up tomorrow. And he's just really, he was like, I've never seen him this drunk before ever. And it was so funny because he was just hysterically laughing and that in the background. And it was just weird because I'd never ever, that song's called Us, I don't know what that's about, I'd never ever heard him like that. And again, I didn't see him like that, I just heard him like that. Sometimes I'm beaten, sometimes I'm broke, because sometimes it's nothing but, what's this song about? Tell me how to be in this world, tell me how to breathe and feel no hurt, tell me how, because I believe in something, I believe in us, after the wreckage, after the dust, I still hear the howling, I still feel the rush. I don't really know that song, so you can listen to it if it's speaking to you, but yeah, again, when I laugh it is funny, because loads of funny shit happened too, but he was mortified, so I'm not going to totally go on about that, right? But I always say the thing that was just that that I was so fucking proud of him at that time. And again, remember, I didn't know he was my twin flame at this point. I knew there was something really fucking intense going on between the two of us, but I didn't know that's what he was, and he certainly didn't know. yeah, the next time I seen him, which I don't know how long ago, I don't know how long after it was. I don't know whether it was weeks or a month, or I don't think it was that long after. He, yeah, he totally made like this massive effort. Like, and the thing is, like, with everything else that's happened over the past fucking decade or whatever since, I now know even more how much of a big fucking deal that would have been and how much I must have meant to him, still mean to him. Because he apologised to me and then he apologised to my friends. And like, one of them he knows better, the other one he didn't know that well. And it was just all, and some of us have got friends in common. It was just, you know, the whole thing was, it was embarrassing, you know what I mean? And it's, but again, I'm just like, when shit like that happens, I fucking, Christ, my whole teenage years were embarrassment if I think back on it, right? I was always making an arse of myself. So when somebody gets like that in my company, when anyone, it's like you know what I mean? You don't, it's, don't make it worse, you know what I mean? Like, and I guess that comes from as well, like, you know, sorry dad, I love you, but it's kind of like whenever I've gotten like that, and my dad's been like, you know, like what a fucking state you're in or something like that. I don't know. Like, it doesn't make you feel any better. You know what I mean? My dad didn't always do that. It was just one time, and he was actually right. I was a mess. I'd gotten so drunk and I came in and I fell asleep. And he took a picture to show me the next day, and I was like, fuck. But you know what I mean? Usually, my dad would be very sweet and he'd be bringing me in the water and make me breakfast in the morning and just letting me sleep all day. Um, I mean, obviously, this was when I still stayed with mum and dad, but it's kind of like what I'm saying is you don't make somebody feel even worse than what they already feel. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, there's something in that. Right, so, interesting one, the date. Right, what do we need to know about all of that? Anywhere but here. There's a different meaning to that, isn't it? It's like, fuck, anywhere but here. I need to fucking. When I'm in a crowd or an island by myself, silent or too loud, wishing I was someone else, I can't believe you hit me fast and hard when you turn to me and say, never change the way you are, trying to catch your eye. Things will never look the same. Now I can't deny. You're the moth and I'm the flame. Oh my god, thank god I read the words. There I go again. I should walk before I run. How can I explain? I can't stop what you've begun. Flying through the door, flying across the floor. Oh no. Flying through the door, flying across the floor. When you look at me, suddenly. It's I've remembered the song. It's because I like that film, but all this the song's not so. Again, I leave them on there because. And by the way, I'm not just saying that because I'm embarrassed that I like that song. It's like I keep them on because of that, because it can sometimes make sense. But I think because I was talking about drunk things, it's like why did I do that? Good advice from a wise person. There you go. See what I just said about when I used to get like that. Because I mean, for fuck's sake, bear in mind, right, when I was getting drunk like that, I was completely unaware, so was everyone else, I might add, that I had ADHD. Now, I've got inattentive ADHD, so I've more got sloth mode ADHD, I like to call it. Like, it takes a lot for me to get out of bed, takes a lot for me to fucking get out my jammies, which is why it's fucking perfect that I've got this job now, that, like, basically my work is, I can work from my jammies. It's amazing. It's a dream come true, and I'm not even kidding. Actually, I've got a really beautiful, oh, I wonder if I'm meant to read that. I'll not get it just now, but I'll get it. If I remember, I'll get it for tomorrow. There's a lovely thing in my room that when I was getting support for my ADHD, when I first found out, I was in shock. And the girl that was helping me gave me it, and it made me cry. It's really beautiful because it's about I'm not lazy. You know what I mean? I feel like I need to get it now, but I really don't know where that is. But yeah, I'm just feeling like that is about what I said, that, like, you know, because no wonder they were drawing me to that book. It's there's a lot of shame and guilt that you can have when you've got something like, well, anyone can have that, but I must be picking up that somebody that's identifying with things that I've spoke about, or which is loads of you, by the way. There's loads of people have actually, best friends of mine, some best friends that tune into this had ones that are older than me had no idea they had ADHD. Went and got checked, and right enough they do, and that can be a big shocker when you're like 30, 40, mid-30s, whatever, because obviously I'm 38, so all my friends are like, I've got friends that are about the same age, I've got a few friends that are older, I've got a few friends that are younger, and there's a lot of feelings that can topple down you, and it's like, what I was being reminded of is, when I accepted that there was something up before I actually went to go and get tested about it. It was when I was I've told this story before, but someone mustn't hear it. It was when I was standing in my kitchen and I'd had a really good work week, but my kitchen was like a bomb had went off. And actually, shit, that now they're showing me, it's like the scene in, oh God, I'm talking about it again. It's like the scene in Good Will Hunting, where you see how, oh, that's one of my favourites. Waiting for a star to fall, carry your, what's the words at the start again? I hear your name whispered on the wind, it's the sound that makes me cry. I hear a song blow again and again through my mind, and I don't know why. I wish I didn't feel so strong about you, like happiness and love all around you. Trying to catch your heart is like trying to catch a star. So many people love you, baby. That must be well, that's fucking certainly about mine anyway. Fucking hell, I think a lot of people do love it. Is it the right people though? But it was always that way in the past. I'm sure it still is. But yeah, basically, what was I saying there? Yeah, so the scene where he's been a really good, well, an amazing therapist with the Will, but then Will picks apart that painting, and then of course it just totally described how Robin Williams was feeling because he's grieving for his wife, and then he's. I think that scene's amazing how it goes from the painting to all the dishes in the sink, because it's showing you, well, he's a therapist and a counsellor, and he's not in a good place, but he can still do his job, and I just love that because it is very true about counsellors in particular. And again, yes, I am a counsellor, but it's because, and you see what a fucking car crash my life is at times, or has been. Thank God, it's like I'm a bit in. Well, I don't know. I was about to say I'm a bit in the more peaceful part of it, but maybe some people wouldn't think so. But it is what it is. I just fucking ride the storm. You know what I'm saying? And ride the storm and look out for the rainbows. I just made that up. Oh look, they just pulled me to keep looking up. There may be a rainbow waiting for you. But again, you see, I'm describing ADHD. That is ADHD. Like, whether it's a storm going on in your fucking mind, storm in a teacup, what does that mean? Is that not when someone's making a big deal out of something? That saying just came to me and I don't know what it means. I'm going to need to look actually. Storm in a teacup. I kind of know, but. Storm in a teacup. Oh, it's a song. One drop of rain on your window pane doesn't mean to say there's a thunderstorm coming. Right? Something might need to look up at that. What does it mean? A situation in which people are very angry or upset about something that is not important. The whole controversy turned out to be a storm in a teacup. Right, okay, so there's something like that going on for someone out there. Or it could just be totally talking about the fact that there's been a storm in a teacup created over confusion, illusion. Oh, it's Mercury retrograde and there's 33's divine masculine number. It could even just be what I was channeling about, reminiscing from the past, talking about the past situations. Again, this is what I do, not every day, but a lot of days, to get, to weave it in with the helping people. But it's because it's Mercury retrograde, and that is about the past. And that full moon we've just came out of, arguably kind of still in the energy, is about the past too, and healing the past. And it's about your feelings, it's about trauma, it's about pushing your feelings down, which is trauma, which we all do. But yeah, anyway, it reminds me of that scene. But that moment was when I accepted there's something not right here. Like, I don't see other people struggling as much as me with everyday things, you know what I mean? And I thought, this is more than dyslexia, dyspraxia. And then I don't know, I just started looking stuff up and I just felt it, like, and then went and got checked out. And yeah, like, to be honest, from my perspective, yes, some people, and again, it's like they're reminding me because I watched that, because I channeled about this a few weeks ago. I watched that, it's Tommy and Georgia off of TOWIE, if you're in the UK. If you're not, it's just a programme. And it's, they got together young on this reality programme. And I've always thought, God, they're such a great couple. Like, he's very, he doesn't show his feelings, he's got a temper, he's very direct, you know, he's very outspoken, but I always really liked him, and understood him. And then when I saw recently on their kind of, it's a programme they've got of their own with their baby, he's just been diagnosed with ADHD, and I thought, oh fuck, you see, that's why I really liked him, because he's like me, struggling with the same things, and I could see, you know, that guy's actually really, and he's fucking really intelligent. Remember, I channeled about, that's what it was, I channeled about the podcast that I watched with him on that James English channel, because like that was ages, like last year, because again he was talking about his mental health struggles, and he was talking about how he's, you know, an entrepreneur, and like he's basically, he didn't do too well at school like me, but he went on to have his own business, and he's fucking minted, he's made trainers and all that kind of stuff. And it's a little bit like how I left school with no qualifications, then I went to college, and left with no qualifications there. By the way, when I went to that college, my twin flame was at the college at the same fucking time, if you don't mind. Weird. We didn't know each other yet though. It was only my best friend at the time that when I did meet him, she was like, "We go to college with him," and I was like, "What?" And but I was so shy, I would never look up. Like, how weird is that? But she was way more confident than me, and she used to peek in the window of whenever, like, you know, looking for the guy. I mean, it's hilarious. She used to tell me that. Anyway, but it just makes me laugh that it's like, so there's a case of me and him were very nearby. Like, you know, we're literally in the same fucking building. I don't know about on the same days and all that, but probably, yeah, because you're there. I don't know how many days I was there. I don't know if it was every day or, but, you know, it was the college you go to after high school. When, for me, it was because I got fuck all qualifications at school, so I was trying again, and I just went and I fucked about. But I made best friends, right? Some of which I had for a very long time. They're not in my life now, but I've got fond memories with. And one of which I've still got. So, and Never Gives Up. So I like that song. That, and do you know what? In that film, that's about reunion. It's actually about reunion of a son and a mother, so that can be significant to someone out there. But that, to me, I was sobbing. Oh my god! And that's funny because it was with my friend that I just said, and I've still got one of those people, still my best friend, and I was sobbing because it was reminding me of how I'm going to feel. Wait a minute. Oh, I was about to say I thought I'd already saw 37 minutes, but it just got to 37 minutes when I'm saying this. Oh, fucking hell, this is mental. But that's their way of reminding me that 37, right? I'm not just saying 37 because my twin's 37. It's because loads of you are. But it's even more significant. It's because 37's when you have your north node return. It's your destiny. So if shit's kicking off in your life and you're being catapulted to places, people, things that are scary, you know, a big change, but it feels like, you know, fated. It's fated and destined, but fated and destined things, they don't always like go to plan, do they? It's like it is a plan, but it's like it can look a bit messy, is basically the feeling that I'm getting. But if you are finding that, like, you know, spirit, the universe, your guides are throwing you into where you're meant to be, then pay attention. Like you say, that's not everyone. That's just everyone that's 37 right now, because that's when it happened. Because it happened to me. Like, that's when I was thrown into doing the shamanic journeys on this channel. They were like, and again, I'm going to, I don't know how often I'll put them out, because it was, yeah, basically, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to do another shamanic journey now that my health's back. You know, probably towards the end of the month, but I might do it sooner because I really wanted to keep up with it. You know, I wanted to do at least one a month or maybe more than that because of people, Halo, you know, because of people getting back to me saying how much it's helped them over the years, and when you send it to friends and stuff, like, I'm really grateful, and lots of people need that help. So anyway, but that is, yeah, that's the most memorable thing it done for me. So you see, that wasn't about, I've said this before in the live, it wasn't about my love life then, because the other half of my soul wasn't ready. So I mean, both people have got to be ready. Whereas mine was a couple of years ago, and his is now. So time will tell, you know, what unfolds from now. Pay attention to your health. Oh, and then look, I was just talking about my health, but this is whoever's going to connect with this. And I'm talking about ADHD, and I'm going all over the fucking place. Yeah, long story short, I do feel there's people that are going to connect with that. Basically what I'm trying to say, oh my god, this is clever. Basically what I want to say there is, it's not your fault. And I felt like I wanted to cry. And if you think about it, that's that famous scene in the film in Good Will Hunting when he's like, it's not your fault, it's not your fault, it's not your fault. And that is how those feelings, that's what I have to say to myself. It's not your fault, Claire. You know, it's not your fault that sometimes the dishes will pile up and say, by the way, I hardly ever do that now. I would say there's maybe twice in a month where there may be quite a lot of dishes in the sink, but it's never, it's actually, and it's always when somebody fucking visits, do you know what I mean? And I don't have a lot of it. I don't have a lot of visitors. I've still got a good amount of friends, but I don't have many people that, you know, just with the different, I don't know, just different twists and turns of the pandemic and the way everyone's life and that. Like, I've got the best friends that come to my house. There's only a few select people that come to my house, but you can guarantee when someone does, it'll always be when the fucking dishes are in the sink. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things, isn't it? But again, I don't care because it's like people that love and accept me for who I am, and that I'm far from perfect. You know, that's a huge flaw. But at the same time, I remember one of my best friends, when she'd been helping me when I was still quite overwhelmed with all of that, and then she came back later on, and I was like, by the way, like, I can't remember, she said something to me about, God, I'm really proud of you, like, and it was just like the way that I keep the kitchen, the majority of it is really tidy, and it's quite a big kitchen. But anyway, blah, blah. So again, this may you'd be like, what's the big fucking deal? It's what I'm saying is you would get it if things like this affect you. Maybe not the exact same things. You would get what a big deal it is. That when it's hard to navigate everyday life and your strong feelings and your racing thoughts and trying to manage the everyday things that people take for granted. And I mean, I could go on and on and on. And then the fact that for me, I just feel everybody's everything because I'm so psychic too. But again, you see, there is an element of that with ADHD because when I was reading one of my books that I've got there, I was being reminded of that it was like, because it's written from like a professor kind of sciencey kind of way, the person's like, oh, people with ADHD claim to know the future. I do fucking claim, pal, right? I fucking do tell the future and I've got proof. I've got fucking all the reviews to prove it. And the fact that I do these and then it fucking comes true. Do you know what I mean? Might take 2 or 3 months, but it does. But sometimes it's on the day. Like I say, sometimes, not with these cards, but with the big ones that I can't find with the writing, the lovey writing, or the racy writing. You know, I'll never forget that. One of you a few months ago was like, it was literally, oh, I think it was actually last, like not Christmas there, but the Christmas before. It was something about like whatever was on the card was exactly what her twin flame said to her on that day. She couldn't fucking believe it. And that's something that's really private, so she sent me a private message to let me know. So it does happen. But so anyway, I've no idea who needs to hear all that, but somebody does. Either you might be noticing that you've got certain challenges or whatever that you know, maybe like basically what I'm trying to say is you might have ADHD, right? Like that's happened to a lot of people. There are a lot of yous, a lot of my clients, unsteady. That is that. And you might have already recognised it, or maybe I'm the person that's just met it. Listen, hey, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You can take it on board if it resonates, if not, but if someone's not feeling too good and they've made me go into all of that and describe the moment when I had to accept it. And it is harder when you're a bit older, coming from experience. Financial pinch. There, you see, and that's still, now, that's funny because I always say, he's our lobster, you know, from Friends. But it can affect your finances because you know, you can just come like compulsive spending. Like for me, it'd probably be my oracle cards looking about this fucking room, and they're, yeah, you know what I mean. It's like I've got a lot, and or just it's just really little things. Like even when your money's a bit better, just not managing it right. Like again, I'm so much better. I'm really proud of myself. So much better than what I was. But for others, you see, it might be that you're okay with your money in that way, but you've got a gambling problem. There's always some sort of obsessive element to ADHD somewhere, like hyper focusing. You know what I mean? Like obviously I hyper focus on astrology, but it fucking pays, doesn't it? Fucking pays to do that. Doesn't always literally pay, mind you, but it pays because I fucking love it and it makes me happy. It makes other people happy. Right. Position of authority. Teardrops in your great personal sorrow. I feel that's someone not feeling worthy. Financial gain usually comes from something you did in the past. And I feel this is like someone's not feeling worthy, they're not feeling good, and it's like, but it's like something you've put hard work in and it's going to pay off. Fucking hell, I hope that's for me with what I just said. Anyway, right, let's go into some, because I've been doing this for ages, it's all a bit of a random mix that's come out, but let's use the silent ones. So, whether this is going to be the same carrying on from whatever all that's about, what's going on in a divine masculine, man, woman, whatever you identify as, whether this is you or your twin, what is going on when they're in the silent? Because this is called silent heart. What is going on in that silence? If it doesn't make sense with what we've already channeled, I'll just pick up on what the energy is. But oh, let me shuffle in front of you so you can see. What is going on in the silence with this person? I feel lost without you. And unsteady's on. I'm working up the courage to contact you. Holy fucking shit, by the way. That's weird. Oh my god. I wish I could turn back time. I wish I could turn back the clock and do things over. Repetitive cycles, spiritual awakening. I feel like I can be my true self around you, and I'm ashamed of how I treated you. And I've just been talking about shame. I wish you knew how grateful I am to have met you. I'll come back for you. I'm filled with regret. I didn't mean what I said, telepathic bond, but this is what I mean. You inspire me in so many ways. We have to put them down. You inspire me in so many ways, because it's just like you just got to keep, and then you're like, oh, but you know what I mean. But it's true. That does fit. You do have a telepathic bond. If they said something that was behind a mask, they didn't mean it, and they will come back for you when they're ready. They're filled with regret if that makes you unhappy, or this is you to your twin. And they really wish that you knew how grateful they are that you to be in this connection. They're ashamed of how they treated you in the past, or if they're in your life now, or maybe something's happened. I feel like I can be my true self around you. And then you ask, well, why aren't you being? But again, if someone's not ready, they're not ready. Because they're in their spirituality and their dark night soul, and they might not even know that, you know. Obviously, if this is about you, you know that because you're watching this or you're working it out. Stuck in repetitive cycles. This could be things like gambling, smoking, drinking, shagging is what I just heard. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's, but like not, you know, that I mean in the sense of like just going from one person to the next. And like I said, from what I know about all of this, even people that are in relationships, they're kind of, actually, I need to go into this from a shamanic perspective. I wish I could turn back time. I'm not going to be able to not sing that song when I see it. I wish I could turn back the clock and do things over. Well, but the thing is, like, I don't know what to say to that, right? There's no point in that. Like, things happen the way they're meant to. It's what your soul chose to do. You wouldn't be who you are, and your twin flame wouldn't be who they are. And also, where kids are involved, right? Because I can think of loads of clients I've got where, like, people have got, like, you know, a child with their current partner, they've got like 2 or 3 children, like those children wouldn't be here. So everything had to work out the way it worked out. Otherwise, you wouldn't have your beautiful children. You know what I mean? Even if that helps people to really accept that. But this is exciting because that it was from that deck a card came out, said something very similar. I don't know what it was. It was something about I'm going to reach out to you soon or something. So I'm working up the courage to contact you. This might be the thumbnail. I think I'm lost without you. That song's really cheesy, right? And that's the girl. Actually, oh, that's funny. That's what I ended the video yesterday on, talking about her. But there must be something in that. She went from being a bit of a nightmare. I bet she's got ADHD. I don't know that for sure, but I'm going to Google it after. But she was just fucking wild and quite nasty to a lot of people in that. And then she turned it all around and she's a singer in that. But that song's about all I've ever wanted is this. Like, and it basically overwhelmed, I would say. Like, you know, it's like getting what you want. Now she's singing about being a singer in that, but it's about love too, I would say. Praying, that's about obviously feeling not too great. I've walked through hell and I've battled the storms. I know too well how it feels when you fall. I'm on this road and I won't lose my faith. I spoke about faith. Pack it up, because I'm on my way. For so long I've been praying for a brighter day. I've been praying, trying to find my way. Time moves on, season change, nothing ever stays the same. That's like when I said about the North Node. Sorry, that's one of my favourites. I will not apologise. I like Tom Grennan before he fucking sold himself to the, hopefully, I was about to say sold himself to the devil, but yeah, he's more mainstream now. Interesting. Right, so anyway, well, not, again, like I said, you could really sort of, but you see, that's still lingering there. I feel like I can't give you what you need. But it's only because your twin flame thinks you're fucking, they think the sun shines at your ass. They think you're fucking amazing. And then you're watching this if you're the other one being like, I think they're fucking amazing. I know. I'm just, all I'm going to say is I'm going to say I know. And I feel you. Because it's divine time. Look, that car's still sitting there from the other day. It's divine timing, right? It's all fucking part of this crazy ride. And it all makes sense. Let's dig into some darker stuff, right? What or who's caused issues on this? Now, I'm going to laugh because there's cards in this. Yeah. I don't know. Right, okay. Let's see what comes out. I'll just... I've got... I can just think of things on it, right? So, and this one I filmed way back in the summer and I never put it out there because it was a bit much. Maybe it was just for me, but who or what has got in the way of this, whether it be the person's own thoughts or give us some sort of indicator of the people, whether it be friends, family, exes, present karmics. Ghost of the pumpkin patch, count your blessings. Give us more wings here. You see clearly, clairvoyance, right? So they're not actually, I'm getting that it's like this person's actually really trying to stay present at the moment. So your twin or you trying to be grateful, count the blessings, but is actually seeing clearly everything for the first time. Oh wow, and that's crazy because again, where I'm at on all of this stuff, right, is that like I stay up till ridiculous times and then I get up late in the afternoon, and so what I'm saying is I see thumbnails to videos a lot of the time and I don't actually watch the video, and that's what happened today, but it was definitely something along the lines. Well look, and that's about secret meetings actually, and that's about being really into someone, and that's talking about someone contact, yeah, so it was something along the lines of someone seeing clearly now what they couldn't before. So it's part of the spiritual awakening. That's basically what I'm getting at. I can't remember what it was, but it was the same sort of thing. Right. Last chance to tell us, is there any indication to who, in case this is for somebody to sort of have more clarity, who is disapproving of the connection? Powerful personal growth. Storm angel. Collision of belief styles, attitudes and energies. Grumpy red fairy. Be true to yourself. Oh my god. Right. Okay, so what I'm saying, oh my god, because it's not... These could, they could look like people or something, I suppose, but I'm getting it. It's like, look, everything you're going through doesn't fucking matter. That's what it is. It doesn't fucking matter who that is. Like, who cares? Like, to be honest, like, if that was... If that was me, like, if it was... I can only the way talk for him, because it's like... That basically, from my side of it, I've said this before, but if any of my friends or family disapproved of my twin flame connection when he's actually in my life, in fact, even before that too, I really couldn't give a fuck. Like, who asked you? Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's where I stand on it. Now, I can't say that my twin's going to be exactly the same because the divine masculine's journey is very different. So that's where I'll just hold my, comments on that there. But grumpy red fairy, be true to yourself. This could be like somebody that is quite grumpy, kind of controlling, somebody that you or your twin doesn't want to piss off. So it could be anyone in their life. Storm Angel. Again, she doesn't look too friendly. Collision of belief styles, attitudes, and energies. I feel that's a karmic energy. So whether that, and look, 35, someone may be 35, doesn't need to be, but I am being drawn to that. And 3 and 5 is 8, and there's an 8 there. 8 to 8 is twin flames, is mirror. So I feel that is the weird way that they talk to me. I feel they are saying, it doesn't matter because it's not going to stop this. But there is a collision of belief styles, attitudes, and energies. I feel this is whoever you or your twins are moving away from. They were once on the same page, possibly still are, but either they're not going to be very soon or they just aren't anymore, and that's why there's a storm. But now I've just picked up these again. Tell us more about that. Emotionally unavailable, yeah. And do you know why? Whoa, that's deep. But I feel now it's when, I don't know if this is all the same thing or it's went into someone else's, but it's like, that's like it's somebody's karmic partner. So again, if you're a woman, if you're the twin flame that's going to with a man, just make that a man, but or whatever you identify as. But it's like you or your twin is emotionally unavailable to this person because of how they, and to some extent, again, if you're sort of be, oh, they're emotionally unavailable to me too because they're not in touch with me. But remember, this is the silent heart card, so it's like this karmic partner can feel how emotionally unavailable they are to them because they're wandering off and daydream about you if you're the twin, or you are about your twin. Yeah, look, I'm afraid of losing you. There's something I'm hiding from you. Well, this, I wish you were here with me. Please don't give up on me. But that came out with the shorts. But you see, that actually does make sense, that one there. There's something I'm hiding from you. So that could be, again, don't go accusing people, but it could be like someone has not cut off. It doesn't need to be an actual relationship. It could be like a situationship. Something that suits people, that they don't feel alone. But they want a new beginning with you, right? I'm not going to pull any more, but look, I want a new beginning with you. But it's like, oh my god. Right, drama. Right. Get a few more wee stories. Anything else? We'll not use any more of those cards because then it's a lot of tidying up for me to do. What else do we need to know on top of that, right? What's going, if this is you or this is your twin, if this is your story today, what, I might change up the way I do things, Riley. I'm trying to think, do I just do it? Oh look, now I'm overthinking, that's got something to do with it. When really it's just about, you begin to feel your heartbeat faster when you're close. It's who does that to you in a good way. Cupid, there's that card again. Love is in the air when Cupid's around. Right. Yeah, I was starting to overthink, like, you know, I just fucking press the thing and see what the energy is. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep doing that, actually. It's basically, it's what I'm saying is I'm going to maybe organise it a bit more so that there is a bit more general themes coming through. Although to be fair, like, you know, a lot of the channels or channeling channels that I get drawn to when I'm drawn to watch stuff, it is similar to what I'm doing. So it's kind of like, that's why I said it feels like I'm on mission now. Like I am actually meant to be helping the twins that are really in amongst it. Like it's getting close to union. Definitely helping the divine masculines and the divine feminines, but I'm going to see if I can do a bit of both. Like so, just for the other people, if this isn't your cup of tea just now, as we're looking at the teacup, just know that it's not going to be so focused as what it's been like this. But it might. But again, I'm not desperate to like, oh, don't unsubscribe. Like unsubscribe if you want. Like, you know what I mean? It's, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Right, what do we need to know about this? Where is this person, whether it's you or your twin, at in the physical? What the hell is all this about? Recognition. The divine will help you recognise the signs and miracles. But you see, I feel this is about the North Node. That could be really triggering. Really triggering. Especially if that's connected to all the other stuff about just mental health and managing life and that, all the stuff that I was talking about that I had to face. Like, I mean, yeah, I know what that meant when I said it. So yeah, like yin yang symbol, twin flame connections contain an aspect of other characters within themselves. So it's like you're recognising your twin flame, basically, is what you're recognising your true twin flame if this is for you. And it's the energies balancing out, and like I said, it can look very messy when you're in the middle of that happening for both people. And then you get the evidence of that either in the physical, or you can feel it energetically, or you get the evidence of the physical when the person tells you. It's different for different people, because, you know, for some people it could be you've got people in common, or it could be you're out and about somewhere and you see them, or like I said, some twin flames maybe work in the same place. And it's you know, you got to, there's loads of ways that the universe could serendipitously throw you together so that you can see what someone's going through or what they've just been through before they come with the, you know, telling the feelings. There's always a higher reason behind everything. What else? So trust, that keeps coming through. You need to have trust in order for it to in a relationship, in order for it to flourish in this labyrinth. Even when you feel lost, there's always a way through the labyrinth. So again, whoever this is about, and I mean that fits with the rest of it, is recognising that they're a twin flame, and I feel recognising their true twin flame. But that may have been, if it's anything to go by yesterday, it's after recognising who isn't. Whether they were using that word, it's like thinking somebody was going to be more significant and then realising that they're not, and you're trusting your way through the labyrinth. And look, that's Matt, look. Blinded by your grace, you came and saved me. That's the song that I always say I listen to in my dark night soul. Blinded by your grace. Lord, I've been broken, although I'm not worthy. I've said that in this channel and already. You fixed me, you came and saved me. Lord, I've been broken. But I'm even getting, that's deep, but I'm even getting that's like a divine masculine saying to a divine feminine, like, you saved me. But again, it is God speaking through the divine feminine if they're doing things like me. Which they fucking better be, or they're fucking tapping into demons. Anyway, healing family. So be careful. No, that's true. They're making me say that for a reason. I'm not joking. I have witnessed over the 6-7 years that YouTube, all the twin flame people started appearing. I've witnessed many times, literally, like yeah, it's a demon speaking through something. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's true. Like someone's majorly compromised. And it's quite complicated because sometimes people don't realise. So yeah, that's why it's wise to stop and slow down and look after your own healing. Because if you're wide open and you don't clear your energy and all that, and I clear the space and I protect the energy before I press record, right? So, and then I do it afterwards as well. But some people just don't do any of that, right? Some people do, but I've watched people helping like this, as I'm just going to say, this was a few years ago, but I've seen it. And then after they've realised they've been taken down some kind of weird path, then I'm going on about clearing your energy and all that. So they found out the hard way. So I'm just saying, like, if you are somebody, you know, just always tune in. Healing family issues, that's what the full moon was about. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Embrace what destiny has in store for you. It's kind of like, right, so they're showing me actually another example of what I mean. It's really complicated with this because there's I saw someone posting the other day, and it was like they said, like, you know, be careful out there, because who you think's your twin flame is your karmic partner, and then when you actually meet your twin flame, you're going to be like, oh my god, like, you know, this relationship's so amazing, like, embrace what destiny has in store for you. But and I almost commented, and I'm not a big, because I don't comment from this channel, right? But it's like I almost commented, but then I thought, then it's like I'm quite good at keeping my ego in check with things like that, and I thought, why am I actually doing this? Do you know what I mean? Is it to prove that I actually know what this journey is about, or, you know, is it actually really going to help that? And so I just actually then felt guided not to. But what I was going to say was, like, basically, it isn't quite as simple as that person was saying. Like, she's saying it to help people, but it's like, it's not peaceful right away. Not from what I know from, and then look at the card, like, you know, the yin yang, the rest of it. It's like, if, oh my god, that's actually, look, that really makes sense. If somebody is still healing family issues, which you both are, actually, you both are still healing family issues, inner child wounds, no matter how much healing you've done on that, there's always going to be stuff that can trigger you, always. You'll be able to manage it better. But it's a little bit like why I channeled about the ADHD. Before I knew and accepted that I had ADHD, I don't know how I fucking survived up until that point. I'm not even fucking joking. Like, seriously, I did used to think to myself that other people have life this hard. Like, I just, you know. And then now, again, then when my astrology stuff activated even more, I mean, it made perfect sense with some of my placements and just my life purpose in general. The only thing about that song is it's got all my soul brothers. It's got something about soul brothers. So again, I would take that to be, look, all the soul brothers, something blah blah blah, and then it's just got a whole load of words that don't really make, but it's like a funky wee tune. So again, divine masculine, soul brothers, because that's what I call you when you get involved in the comments and stuff. And it's weirdly how I often talk about my own twin flame like a soul brother. I just fucking understand them. I just understand. I can't say it any other way. I just understand them, and I feel like he just questions all the time that it can't possibly be the case that I understand. Like, but through what I've been doing the past year, he can see how much I understand. Oh, fuck knows. Again, that's where you could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. And actually it's back. You see what I just channeled there? I do feel it's the same back. I feel he really actually does understand parts of me because he can read me like a book. And then it'll be frustrating for him when he's at that bit of knowing that it's me, trusting through the madness of his spiritual and healing whatever he's healing and embracing what this is. Like, he's probably going to be finding it difficult. Like, think she's never going to believe me. But I do. Because it's like I get this journey. But I still need to fucking hear it, mate, when you're ready. If you're involved in any of the shit I've picked up here about other people, then, just, you're not quite ready. And anybody else that applies to. Right, so let's wrap this up. What else do we need to know about this person? Earth magic, fearlessness, removing obstacles. And that fits in with the fight song and the climb that I channeled today. It's hard, but you're moving through it. Looking back, moving forward. It's like you're looking back at your past, possibly even dwelling on it too much, healing the past, family, that's what that full moon was about. But you're also moving forward. You're making adjustments. Right, come on, guys, fucking hell. And that's the song that I just added to like songs because I channeled about it in the last few videos, so I'm not even going to explain that, but that's hilarious. That really fits with that. Making adjustments towards, moving towards a divine feminine. You just can't write this shit, can you? Fuck off. Divine. Right, I can't with this. If you even knew the synchronicities, yes, if people know. So we've got divine fem. Well, for obvious matters, we've got divine feminine, divine masculine, obviously, and we've also got yin yang, electric active power, magnetic receptive power. So this is two people that somebody works with electric active power in their own way, and somebody uses another power. And then I'm just trying to find the yin yang. And they're very telepathic with one another. Ah, right. Well, that's pretty cool. Right. I'm just getting this card because this is a fucking thumbnail, guys. Except the wordy ones is what would pull people into. That's pretty goddamn amazing. Pretty goddamn amazing. Right. Divine feminine, divine masculine. I'm not surprised though. This happened, when was it? Maybe about 4 months, I can't remember, 4 months ago, 3 months ago, and I'd pulled my own cards. I actually thought it was going to turn up or something. Didn't happen. And it's like, it feels like, it's like a bit of a deja vu, because, oh look, and it's the wolf, and it was the wolf moon. Yeah, it just feels like a bit of a deja vu moment, if I'm honest. And it's just funny that, oh fuck. I'm being a perfectionist right now, but we need to. And then what wee wordy one can we get? Oh, there is one about the telepath. Let's ask for a wordy one. Oh my god, right. I want a new beginning me is on the thing, right. Let's. Nah, it's there that it would. Sorry, people are like, Claire, stop fucking about. Will you give me a second chance? Yeah. Right. Divine counterpart. That's what I saw when I opened the passion and desire. It's all fucking... Listen, we don't get to know when it happens, but when it happens, this is what happens. The passion and desire brings the sexual union, the sacred union together, a divine feminine, divine masculine. Who's behind that card? Yeah. Okay, I'm ending it now. That was nuts. Right. I'm going to get a cup of tea. See you later.